Hey guys, so my recent post involving Tim Kennedy and then work, and then somebody trying to shame me for not wanting to take less than 75K as a max, got me thinking about this. And I'll be honest, like, I wouldn't take 75K in just about any job. Now, it might be exciting, and if a job could lead to more money and more growth down the road, I would take a cut in pay. I've done it before. I've also gone back to basics and went back to being a diesel mechanic, which only paid like 25 bucks an hour a few years ago just to do it. But at my level, and all the people that I know are at similar levels, most safety and most superintendents in construction, the bare minimum is somewhere around 100K with experience. So you got 5 to 10 years and you've got all your certs, your OSHA 30, OSHA 500, you got all that stuff. You're not going to make less than 100K in most of these cases. But I'm also seeing guys around the country, they're going, well, I'd have to sell a testicle and I'd have to sell a kidney to make that kind of money. And I also many times have told people, well, come to Austin, Texas. There's plenty of work. Now, you might not like all the work you find, but there's plenty of work. A lot of good companies that pay decent in Austin, Texas. And the cost of living here might be a little higher than like Mississippi or Alabama or some of these little places. But overall, you want to make lots of money, you know, start moving towards being an engineer, start moving towards being a superintendent in construction. I know guys that came straight out of high school or were high school dropouts who made close to 200K a year as project management in construction companies. One of them, who's a very close friend of mine, he actually quit making that kind of money to go start his own company. And it's going to take him a few years to build up. And once he's built up, he's going to make probably $500,000 or $1 million a year just on his own salary and have a multi-million-dollar company. He's securing contracts left and right as a high school dropout. I mean, it's just food for thought. That's what construction around here in Austin, Texas pays. It's a boom. There's tons of work here in Austin, Texas. So at what point should you decide not to make that money? I'm curious on, what are y'all thoughts on this? Because I was thinking about it, I'm like, Joe Rogan, if he got offered $100,000 tomorrow, he ain't gonna accept that. He'd have to get offered $50 million a year to accept it. He's got his business, he's got all his other stuff. And the thing you guys don't realize is when you start making this kind of money and you start having this kind of responsibility and you start working these jobs, your day is full. You're getting called around the clock, you're getting called at lunch sometimes, you're getting called at evening sometimes. You got to come back and you got to, well, okay, let me put my lunch away. You got to take a guy to the clinic or go do a UA or something like that. That is legit what happens when you are in a management position in construction or industrial construction or management just about everywhere. So I'm curious on it. I want to know your guys' thoughts. And if you didn't know Austin, Texas pays that much, yes, Austin, Texas construction is paying that much. Many of my friends are making that kind of money. I won't tell you exactly what I make, but it's decent. And I can tell you that I wouldn't accept probably less than 100 grand for the most cool position. If it was super easy, I wouldn't accept 100 grand. It's not enough. Plus, nobody would expect me to accept that because my qualifications are higher than that. And yes, I have a degree, but the degree didn't get me anything. It just helps. It adds a little icing on the cake. So what do y'all think? What are your thoughts on that? Is construction paying that much less around the country? Y'all let me know. We're not talking industrial, or we're not talking residential construction. We're talking industrial construction. We're talking working for companies like Turner and Bartlett Cock and Hensel Phelps and Thale and Weber and DPR, big name construction companies. So that's what I got. I'm curious what your all thoughts are on that.